when I first got involved in raw foods, which was more than 50 years ago. The big thing then was people, eating a tremendous amount of fruit. And some of the people took off like Roman candles. They had this unbelievable energy. Their bloodstream was loaded with insulin and sugar at the same time. So you thought you thought you're never going to run out of gas. I know, I did it. But what happens? You're overworking your pancreas. Your body can only produce so much insulin to compensate for the amount of sugar that you're eating. You'll have tremendous energy. But guess what happens to those people? What happened to all of them? I didn't know one that got away with it a long period of time. I didn't know one. What happens? They start to become... One of the first signs I saw when that happened, people started to become irritable and angry. And they didn't realize what was happening. So guess what they did? Of course, they ate more fruit. So when they ate more fruit, they felt, and they had to eat a lot of it, they felt a little better at the time. But sooner or later, they bankrupted their system. One of my best friends, that we were on this journey together, it ended up killing him. So nobody's going to convince me that you should overdo anything. I don't believe you have to overdo anything to be a healthy person. And if you're into, running marathons the way I did, of course, I look at fruit as if it was gasoline. You eat a little bit more fruit, but you always got to make sure you're eating plenty of greens. I know chlorophyll is not an essential nutrient, but it has a tremendous effect on keeping you healthy. It has a great effect on stabilizing how your body's using sugars. A lot of people don't seem to realize that. And if you're an athlete, you do not need humongous amounts of protein. I remember I was in my 60s, and I'm not boasting, I'm just trying to relate my experience on my journey, why I came to some of these conclusions. I was able to do at a very light body weight to do 10 squats with 300 pounds on my present diet. I was able to do it. And if I didn't have that car accident, I could probably still do it, even at this age. You have to keep training, you have to keep exercising. But I also no longer believe that you have to handle humongous amounts of weights to be a strong person. I don't believe that no more because from my own experience, I see that it's totally unnecessary. And we don't have to deadlift 600 pounds anyway. Why do we have to do that? If you get to the point where you have to move 600 pounds, go get a hand truck. Why take a chance on messing up your back or something like that? So we have to separate our egos and misinterpretation of what it means to be strong and healthy. There's absolutely no reason why a person could be a vegan or a raw food vegetarian and not be physically strong. There's no reason. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be able to bench press 400 pounds. When I say physically strong, I'm talking about a person that even at an advanced age could go through their daily activities, could carry a heavy object, could carry a lot of a box that weighs 75 pounds up a flight of 20 stairs. Absolutely no reason why you can't do it. Absolutely no reason if you're doing this right. You have to have physical activity. Part of the problem is when people get into these type of diets, there's a certain amount of weaknesses. It's probably part of this evolving process, so they're afraid to exercise. And they never get into exercise, and you need the physical stimulation to develop strength and endurance. There's no two ways about it. Very, very, very important. Then when you get into that type of thing, you might need a little more nourishment. It doesn't mean that you need a ton of more animal protein. You don't have to be making protein shakes and having 3 protein shakes a day. Nonsense as far as I'm concerned. Doesn't mean you have to eat, 60 pieces of fruit because you're going to go out and run 15 miles. That's totally misunderstood. And I'm talking about people that are living within their parameters. I believe a lot of people that do that are not living within their parameters. Otherwise, they would have seen this from their own experience. This is not rocket science. Anybody that has done this correctly would see the validity of this because it would have been part of their experience. They wouldn't have had to get it out of a book. They wouldn't have had to hear it from me because this is just part of the experience that everybody that does this way has the same experience. That's increased energy, increased mental clarity, slowing down the aging process, feeling better, looking better, and feeling great at 70 years old or 80 years old, feeling like you felt when you was 40. That's it.